would just like to take this time to let everybody know that Mari and I just took a lengthy break because Mari was getting a little...
Grumpy.
That's a good word. Yes, grumpy.
But why was I kidding?
Because we haven't been able to have lesbian sex in the first 3 hours of this video game.
Well, we haven't even been able to meet anybody who would
We haven't even been playing it for that long because we spent the first, hour on character creation. So we've, in reality, played this for, 2 hours. And Mario was like, I was told I feel allowed to have sex! Where are all the women?
No, I was getting maybe just a little bit upset. Level up.
Yes.
Wait, what happened?
Where's your bat?
Where is my bat? Where'd my bat go?
Do you still have it in your hands?
I don't know.
Were you just pressing the wrong button? Or because it looked like you were holding it, that you couldn't see it.
But it disappeared. Yay! Okay, so what should we perk into?
Oh. Hey.
More endurance.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, no one has even been, interested in us.
I know, and you were just throwing it out there at anyone who seemed...
remotely interested.
No, not even remotely interested, who talked to us.
Any woman who
existed in our vicinity. Oh, what's that?
I don't want to know. Let's just get out of here.
I was like, Mari, that person wasn't even attractive, and she was like, I don't care!
I've said we were going to have sex with everyone we can, and I've yet to have any sort of sex with anybody. No one even cares about us.
So this looks fortified.
Nope, we're just gonna go. We're gonna mind our own business. Get out of here.
Yep. Gonna get the fuck out of here. Oh, that's her newspaper.
Oh.
Noodles. We all eat them. We all love them. And Diamond City's Power Noodles has supplied this sustenance for the past 15 years. From the stilted mechanical cadence of Takahashi's programmed Japanese, to the fragrant steam that wafts from each bowl, to the scalding tang of each delicious mouthful, the ordering and eating of noodles is but one of many shared human experiences. Or is it?
Or is it? Is it for robots?
I was struck by this very question as I sat at the counter of Power Noodles last Wednesday night, just after 5 p.m., enjoying a dinner I had so many times before. That's when I noticed our very own Mayor McDonough sidle up to the stool and engage in the very same ritual. Right hand extending, mouth opening, teeth chewing. Yes, eating noodles. The shared experience of almost every Diamond City restaurant resident. Sorry. So it must have also seemed to the residents of Diamond City nearly 60 years ago on an uncharacteristically... This is really long. Is there anything...
They sat around this very same blah, blah, blah.
I mean, this is a really, kind of...
fascinating shared human experience. There aren't many of us who are even old enough to remember that evening, although some of the city's ghouls residents certainly could have. They had not forcibly removed, thanks to Mayor Blah, Anti-Ghoul Decree 2282.
There is one person among us who does remember distinctly the events of that evening. Respected matriarch Eustace, that's right, Eustace Hawthorne, who recounted her story in a public occurrences exclusive interview.
Blah, blah, blah. We were so, what is the harm? Let's tell you, Mr. Carter made it easy. He came into the town earlier that he said he was from out west. Everyone wanted to exchange a word or hear about the state of the Commonwealth, and Mr. Carter, he was all too happy to oblige. It was blah, blah. Eustace, can you recount of what the evening, the moment when things turned
sinister, and the truth about Mr. Carter was revealed.
Carter said had 4 or 5 drinks, or blah, blah, blah. He was smiling. Just yesterday, he reached inside his coat, took a revolver, and said, "Blam!" He shot Henry, the barman, right in the head. He didn't hesitate, didn't show any emotion. Mr. Carter killed Henry as casually as if he were paying him for a drink. But his cheeks never did stop twitching. Let me tell you that. All hell broke loose after that. What Eunice is describing is, of course, the infamous event known as the Broken Mask, when the people of the Commonwealth learned for the first time that the Institute, the shadowy scientific organization responsible for the creation of combat androids, had actually succeeded in creating a model so advanced it looked effortlessly... Oh, this is a...
Yeah, this is important. It could effortlessly...
But this is, in Fallout 3, this is also referenced, but I guess they take a bigger... In Fallout 3, there's an android who runs away, and you, like, have to help him, and he looks super lifelike, and I guess that's the quote-unquote prequel to this. Evolve their androids into true synthetic humans. Synths. Is that bad? After he shot Henry, that Mr. Carter shot 3 or 4 other people, too. Like I said, all hell broke loose. Seems like they had killed a man who had flipped his lid. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, maybe what they're afraid of is that these are created as combat droids designed to kill them. The Institute created them. That's what I'm getting from this. The Institute was everywhere now, among us, meaning like these synths were created as arms of the Institute. So they're not just like, oh, there's robot people walking around. Like, they're like soldiers.
Others felt he had simply malfunctioned. Seemed...
So they don't know whether he was like, whether it was designed to test his combat effectiveness or whether he had malfunctioned and killed people. The synth that went haywire and mercilessly killed several people after spending hours sharing an experience the people of Diamond City assumed were reserved for members of the human race. They were wrong. Are we?
I don't know. You know how much I miss you, but it's too dangerous. If you stay in Diamond City, at least I know you're safe. If your mind's really made up, then be careful. Travel at night, stick to the river, and whatever you do, don't go onto the common.
Aww. Red Menace.
Oh, this is a game.
Oh. Yes, let's sit here and play...
A game.
Squid Kong.
Squid Kong. Here we go.
Oh, the Freedom Trail.
Get some Nuka-Colas. Whee!
See, look to the right.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Don't
I'll
worry
go
about
back.
it. I'm sure we'll see other signs.
What did the sign say?
It just has like the... It's the T.
What is the T sign?
It's like our L. You know how we call it the L?
Oh!
They call it the T.
I thought you were talking about, like, everybody in this town loves tea. Like, the drink.
Yeah.
I'm
Totally.
Joining Skinny Malone's crew was the best decision we've ever made.
Yeah, I
Look
forget
at
that
this
you wouldn't know
place.
that. Sorry.
I still say Malone's weak. We caught that detective snooping around, and what does he do? Locks him up. Like he ain't got the balls to just kill him.
Well, don't let his new girl hear that. She'll start swinging that bat of hers at your face until there ain't no face left.
Heh, she sounds awesome.
What?
Oh, you guys are bad guys. Oh, okay. I thought you guys...
Codsworth!
Oh my god. Here we go. Really?
Wow.
Here for the detective. Light up!
I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just go charging in there.
I think I gotta throw a grenade or something.
Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, there's a toilet. Battered fedora.
No, thank you.
No, you don't want a battered fedora?
This is what a ghoul looks like.
Oh.
I think so, actually. Who knows? Unrusted tin can. No. None of that. No thanks. Submachine gun.
Alright.
So now what do we need to do? Save someone? Oh, there's more to do.
We have to go save Nick. Oh.
What the? What?
Oh boy, there's a bunch of guys in there.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, this is bad. Alright, maybe they'll all come to me.
Yes.
Hopefully.
So, as many of you probably know, video games actually started, like, one of the things that contributed to the beginning of video games was actually, like, Cold War simulations, like battle simulators.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was, like, one of the leading contributing factors. In fact, pinpointing the exact, like, first video game is really tough because it really depends on, like, what you consider to be a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it chess? Is it this board that lights up and, you know, you, like, pick, like, tic-tac-toe on it? Like, that type of stuff.
Uh-huh.
But it was sometime in, like, the early 1960s. And so one of the first people to develop one of these games was this guy named William Higginbotham.
Uh-huh.
And he was a physicist at MIT, and he developed one of the first basic computer games called Tennis for Two, which is kind of like very similar to like a Pong type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And even though many of the earliest games like were based off of battle simulators and stuff, like we probably wouldn't consider them to be very violent because you can't really tell what the violence is like. Like, there was this game called Space War, which was created by another MIT guy in 1962. It was the first successful third-person shooter game, which it was like you basically played like two spaceships trying to kill each other. So it's like kind of violence, but not really because it's spaceships. You know, there's like no blood or anything like that. And then the guy who created the very first console, which was called the Magnavox Odyssey, that was in 1972. His name was Ralph Baer, and he was a former U.S. Army military intelligence officer. Which is kind of funny because it's like, he was really just developing...
Move here. Get that rifle.
Yeah, look at the rifle.
Sorry, I'm not responding too much. I'm trying not to die.
No, it's okay. You do your thing. So in any case, they created like what would later become the Magnavox Odyssey, and it was the first video game console. Which was the same, which in 1972 was the same year that Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney founded Atari, which I'm sure most people are at least familiar with the name because it was like the very first large-scale commercial and home computer manufacturer, and best known, of course, for developing the international sensation Pong.
Heads up. Grab anything useful.
So, even though games were always like kind of based around violence and killing people, it didn't really start to become like a really people didn't really push back against that idea too much until the 1990s, which was when the graphics got significantly better, and stuff like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Doom came out, and it's like there's actually a lot more violence in those games like compared to the games that came before them. And so like a lot of like parent groups and like governments and stuff were like, wait a second, what?
Heads up.
So they want to
Come on.
regulate everything and make it so that we,
Moving
that's
out.
when you,
There.
it's when you started to get like the rating systems for games, and like people were like, you know, trying to like ban games and stuff like that. And it's kind of funny because like the graphics in those games is like nothing compared to what it is now. And I feel like the violence is even a bigger deal now, you know? Because the graphics are so good. And people who are familiar with the, especially after, like, the Columbine shooting in 1999, that was when, that prompted a lot of, like, the modern-day research into, like, does violence in video games, like, influence people to be violent, or does it not? And I mean, pretty much almost anybody who plays video games plays something that has to do with, like, killing other people in video games. Because that's, like, the main, one of the main focuses of a lot of the games, so, the early research, a lot of it was kind of, it implicated video games as, like, a precursor to real-life violence. But a lot of the early methods that they used were either flawed or they didn't take into account other factors that also went along with it, such as, like, I don't know, like, having trouble at home or, like, abusive family, like, you know, other things that cause people to, like, lash out and everything.
Yeah, my personal opinion is that people who are, like, want to do violent things tend to be attracted to violence, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's not, like, so much a cause as it's, like, another symptom that goes along with it. It's, like, which comes first, like, the violent video game or, like, the person that wants to do violence and so they play violent video games.
Exactly. Agreed.
Yeah. So, newer research has pointed out that links between violence in video games and, like, real-life violence isn't actually as definitive as it was once thought. But honestly, like, from the field of research that exists, it would be impossible to make, like, any, like, declarative statements about it. Because for every study that they did that says, like, they have nothing to do with it, there's, like, another one that, you know, that comes out where they find some sort of link. It can be hard to replicate stuff in, like, a laboratory setting.
Yeah.
So,
sorry if I wasn't responding too much. I was trying to...
No, this is good. It's making me feel smart.
Oh, okay. That's the most important thing.
No, it's because usually, like, I don't know, I feel like you have all the facts. And now I'm like, no, I have facts.
I was like, I'm too lazy to look up Fallout 4 facts this time.
Well, this is just about, like, violence in games, because I thought that would be an interesting final paper topic for one of my classes. The paper ended up being, like, pages longer than it had to be, because I spent a really long time on, like, the history of games. Because I was like, oh, this professor probably doesn't know anything about the history of games. I should probably cover that in depth.
Forever.
So
then they'll have no choice to give you an A because they don't know what the fuck is going on.
Exactly. So, another one of the things that they... Whoa, he just evaporated.
Oh, hello. Oh, wow. Codsworth is pretty much doing everything. And I'm just trying to keep up.
Yeah, he's just setting people on fire. Another one of the interesting things that they're looking at, though, is not just, like, whether video games can cause people to be violent, but also does it desensitize people to violence and feeling pain, which is actually a really important factor in, like, people self-harming and, like, whether people feel suicidal and whether desensitizing them to violence can make them more likely to harm themselves, not just other people. So, and, like, whether it makes them less compassionate towards real-world violence and suffering, and yeah.
Proceed in an orderly fashion. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
This is not orderly.
But in 2011, with some...
Oh, did you see that?
Oh my god! Come out and fight me! You rogue! What?
Right now my accuracy is not very high, so I have to get really close to everybody. Yum yum, deviled eggs.
Yum yum.
Razor grain. I don't know what that is.
Razor grain? Does that mean it like... I don't know. That sounds like it could be very unpleasant.
Eat it.
Eat
Come
it.
on. It says grain, but also razor. Oh, maybe it's supposed to sharpen your razors. I don't know.
Oh. I was thinking like grain, like you eat it. Like
So I
there's
got a
razors
question.
in the grain.
Why the hell would anyone build a vault out of a subway station? This place is like the opposite of airtight.
Because they weren't planning to use it, you moron. We used to pull this kind of con all the time back before the war. Get a bunch of union boys to work some construction job that would go nowhere. Keep everyone on payroll.
Headshot. They're not moving.
Yeah, but you see the percentages?
Oh.
And they're not very close, so and
Yeah, that's true.
my accuracy is not very good right now. Codsworth, can you like
Look alive.
Look
What are you, Sal? I got the fidgets.
I just love it when he says that.
go in there?
Here.
What
Oh.
just happened? The game just crashed? Okay. Potted meat.
Potted?
Yeah, potted. That makes sense.
Maybe, I don't know, that makes it sound like it's like a potted plant.
Yeah, now meat grows.
Yes! Each grows into trees.
Do you think they make cigarettes anymore, or people are smoking 200-year-old cigarettes?
No, what you would actually do is you would roll your own cigarettes.
Yeah, but where would they get the tobacco? That's what I'm asking.
All you have to do is dry the plants.
Yeah,
People
but
grow their own-
I'm
people grow their
referring
own pot in their basement.
I'm referring to the fact that I just picked up a pack of cigarettes out of a very old machine.
Oh. You know, I really don't know if... I mean, they would probably... They'd still... I don't know. That'd be 200 years old. That's a long time.
Finally aged.
Ugh.
I don't know. Most plants don't grow anymore.
That's true. They would probably find something else. Like, you know how they make... People can make, like, alcohol out of anything.
Any organic material you can make alcohol out of,
Yeah.
including meat.
Oh.
I don't actually know if that's true.
Oh my god.
I was joking.
I was like, Lori, how do you know that? This is gross.
I'm pretty sure someone said that to me, and then I was like, any organic material, and they're like, yep. Slash!
Oh!
Razor green.
Yeah, what is that? See,
The sharpest breakfast cereal possible.
when you said razor grain, I was picturing like, you know how I got this scar? So they put razor blades in my peanut butter cups. You know?
Potted. Oh, it's in a can. I guess it's like in the future, so everyone's like, pot. Like how they thought what baseball was.
Yeah.
You little rat!
Well, come here.
Yeah.
I was like, if I miss.
So I got a question. Why the hell would anyone build a vault out of a subway station? This place is like the opposite of airtight. What was that?
Laser gun is pretty handy.
Yeah. Oh, but to follow up the violence conversation, just as like a closing thought. In 2011, the U.S. Supreme Court actually rejected most of the current research about violence in video games as non-compelling and fundamentally flawed.
Oh, I remember reading because as
it
you
was
know,
a big deal.
I wrote the same paper for school. Who would have guessed? I remember reading that the Surgeon General did a research thing themselves, and they're like, no, that's not it. That's
Yeah,
not it.
they will because
They had the same study for TV as well.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the claims about video games is because they're like interactive that somehow. But the Supreme Court was like, what? So you get a kid to like repeatedly press a B button that gives them like somehow more ownership over the violence?
I think that all media does have an effect, but it's also like that means that you should be paying more attention to your kid if you're just spending all of your time, doing that shit.
Definitely.
Like, you should take the time to explain to your... It's kind of like how you need to take the time to explain to your kid that porn isn't real.
Mm-hmm. That, like, it's perfectly fine to watch it, but, like, you have to understand that there's a difference between, like, what you see in porn and, like, what you're going to experience in real life.
Exactly.
Certainly doesn't need that anymore.
Yeah, and, like, same goes for, like, body image and all that stuff. Wow. Did you just miss that guy?
No, I hit him.
It was a joke.
Oh.
Because he was standing literally in front of you.
Hold on.
Hold on, I gotta eat these pork and beans. 1 second.
Oh, razor grain, I guess.
Yeah.
Just die already!
Oh, I think you have an injury.
I do.
Oh.
Damn it.
I can do this all day.
Yeah? Is that right? Probably not.
Well, now you're
Whoa.
on fire, so... Oh yeah, you're a ghoul.
Find you eventually.
Oh, whatever it's worth.
Codsworth.
Fuck all this is.
What? Oh, I thought he said fuck. I was like...
Codsworth!
What is this? Do I keep going down? Yes. Where's my buddy?
We're in the vaults now.
Oh. Now we're in the vault. I thought we were in the vault. We're not officially in the vault yet?
Well, I saw the vault tech boxes, so I think that now... Yeah, 'cause see, this is like... it.
Now we're for sure in the vault.
Yeah.
How you doing in there, Valentine? Feeling hungry?
Fuck yeah.
Keep talking, meathead. It'll give Skinny Malone more time to think about how he's gonna bump you off.
Don't give me that crap, Valentine. You know nothing, you got nothing.
Really? I saw him writing your name down in that black book of his. Lousy, cheating card shark, I think were his exact words. Then he struck the name across 3 times.
3 strikes? In the black book? But I never... Oh, no. I gotta smooth this over fast.
No, you don't.
No.
Come on.
Perfect.
You gonna punch that robot? Really, dude?
Hey, you! I don't know who you are, but we got 3 minutes before they
3
realize
minutes?
muscles for brains ain't coming back. Get this door open!
Uh-oh.
How do I use... How?
You gotta
there-
hack that terminal to open up this door.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Override door controls.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, let's go.
Oh.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa.
You're
Gotta
cool.
love the irony of the reverse damsel in distress scenario. Question is, why did our heroine risk life and limb for an old private eye?
Tracking a murder.
Tracking a murderer.
I'm tracking a murderer. The bastard who shot my husband. Took my baby. I don't even have a clue who he is or where he's gone.
So, you need a little angel of vengeance, huh? Well, I don't usually go after blood money, but I guess I can make an exception. I've been cooped up in here for weeks. Turns out the runaway daughter I came here to find wasn't kidnapped. She's Skinny Malone's new flame. And she's got a mean streak. Anyway, you got troubles, and I'm glad to help. But now ain't the time. Let's blow this joint. Then we'll talk.
You're like, let's blow this joint.
So you're like cool with just like looking like a synth.
Malone's crew
then,
here used
right?
to be small time. Muscled out of the old neighborhood by bigger players. Until they found this place. Don't know what happened to the previous owners, but they're not exactly around to charge rent. Empty vault. Perfect hideout.
Oh, we're going
Hold
down.
on, I hear some of them coming. There they are. How do you want to play this?
Hey, Valentine.
You help me get out of here, and then I'll help you.
Sounds good.
Get down here. Where the heck is he?
I guess we could either sneak or kill.
Maybe I should talk to the boss. Can't be that bad.
Whatever's gonna make this most satisfying for you.
Death.
That's what I would choose to do. Oh, we look so cool.
Because we are cool, Stacy.
Man. I mean, I know that we don't have, like, funky colored hair yet, but...
Yeah, what the hell?
That was another reason why Mario was getting really upset.
I couldn't fuck women and I couldn't have cool looking hair.
What do you mean? We've been playing this for 2 hours? We don't have purple hair? We haven't had a lesbian relationship yet? This game sucks.
No, that's like pretty much like half the reason I was getting upset. Because I was like, there's no... I know that it takes a while, but still.
Well, it gets the job done. Bad for whoever cleans up the floors. This
No one
door's
seems
on
even-
the fritz. Let me see if I can get it open. Almost got it. There we are. Hell of a lot easier to do when the lock isn't on the other side.
Whee!
What? Time to dance.
I hope.
Oh! Ready? Let's go.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah, leave the good stuff.
Reclaim. Looks clear.
Oof.
You and Valentine are both dead. Here comes some more.
Whoa.
Jolly good show all around.
Jolly good show.
Oh, hello.
Out here.
What a scrap. Let go.
And break this way. Not that it's an option.
I don't know. Hitting people with that bat and then seeing it all blood splattery, that's gotta feel pretty gratifying, right?
And all the blood on the
More
bat.
That's what I
Stairs?
said.
Who
Oh, the
built
blood
this damn
splatter?
vault? A fitness
On the bat?
instructor?
Where'd he go? Which one of you lost him, huh? There! Wait!
What's up, punks?
Oops. Never mind. He's right there.
What?
He's right there.
Who? Nothing but nothing over here. Must be losing my mind.
break
Oops,
us?
not
Oh.
you.
Not that it's an option.
Wrong fedora, sorry.
Shot him in the kneecap, and he's like, "Oh,
Oh!
oh,
Ooh.
perfect."
More
I mean-
stairs? Who built this damn vault? Fitness instructor?
Careful.
Let me just eat some crap.
Literally. Irradiated squirrel bits.
They're here somewhere.
Think you know the score?
Whoa!
Now you got problems.
Get him, Codsworth!
We're getting along.
We did it.
Top-of-the-line fashion in Diamond City for over 10 generations. Betty Hutton sounds like she sure is.
Skinny Malone and the rest of his boys are waiting for us somewhere. The name's, ironic, but don't let that fool you. He's dangerous. Another locked door. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, I got it. But I hear big fat footsteps on the other side. Once we step through this door, get ready for anything.
You want to
Aye.
save? That's just like a
Precaution.
friendly suggestion.
Hello.
Whoa.
Excuse you. How dare you teleport away from me? Kind of rude.
Nicky, what are you doing? You come into my house, shoot up my guys? You have any idea how much this is gonna set me back?
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for your two-timing dame, Skinny. You ought to tell her to write home more often.
Oh, poor little Valentine. Ashamed you got beat up by a girl. I'll just run back home to Daddy, shall I?
Should've left it alone, Nicky. This ain't the old neighborhood. In this vault, I'm king of the castle. You hear me? And I ain't letting some private dick shut us down now that I
Does not
finally
even
got a
care
good
that I'm
thing
here.
going.
I
guess
told you we should have just killed him! But then you had to get all sentimental. All that stupid crap about the old times.
Darla, I'm handling this. Skinny Malone's always got things under control.
Oh, yeah? Then what's this lady doing here, huh? Valentine must have brought her here to rub us all out.
Oh.
Convince her to leave.
Yeah.
Let's try and do that. Or encourage violence. I don't know. Kind of want to ruin that guy's life.
Yeah.
Okay. Encourage
Skinny's
violence.
no good for you, Darla. You put a bullet in him, I just might let you go.
What kind of girl do you think I am?
I don't know.
Kill him, Skinny!
Oh, it's
I don't know. You all want to die? That's cool.
That'll leave us dead.
Alright, Darla. We gave you a chance. Oh. Down the floor.
Lights out for you.
Well, so much for Skinny Malone. Think he's lighter or heavier with all those holes in him? Bullets probably add a few ounces. Good night, sweet prince. Here's to all the old days.
Sequin dress.
An
Yeah.
awkward conversation
Aw.
with Darla's parents.
It's a
when I
little
told
sad
them
where
their
they're half
daughter
naked on the
bit
floor.
big one.
Ooh,
Well,
did you see that mac
at
and
least
cheese?
the
He's
case is
talking.
closed. Let's get out of here. There's a service ladder that should take us right to the surface.
Say something cool, Nick. He's busy. Too busy to be cool.
Killed everybody in the vault. Let's get out of here.
Some creatures, like Merluke King, blah blah blah, can utilize stealth to turn themselves almost invisible. Great.
That was probably the thing that was throwing cars.
Oh, that makes sense.
The Mirelurk King, the Chameleon Deathclaw, and the Sentry Bot.
I'm glad that we didn't, you know...
hang around?
Yeah.
To say hello?
Or it didn't notice us.
Yeah.
Look at that Commonwealth sky. Never thought anything so naturally ominous could end up looking so inviting. Thanks for getting me out. How did you know where to find me, anyway? Not many people knew where I went.
Ellie.
Your secretary, Ellie. She sent me.
She did? I should give her a raise.
Yes, you
Now,
should.
you mentioned something about a missing person. No trace of where they've gone. I want you to come to my office in Diamond City. Give me all the details. Besides, I think you've earned a chance to sit down and clear your head.
Meet you there.
Yep.
I'll meet you there.
See you in Diamond City.
And now we can just fast travel there. Oh, level up. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Press B to per chart.
And then now we can do the Spec It to Ghoul.
Ghoul?
Yeah. Oh, no.
What
Need
was
9
the cannibal
endurance.
one?
Oh, you can eat people. Whatever.
Feast on mortal flesh to heal your wounds. Eating human corpses restores health.
Yeah, but then none of your companions like you because they're like, eating people's wrong. Or whatever.
Whatever.
Right?